Module 2, Lesson 4, Core Sales Skills. Sales isn't about talent, it's about skill, okay? The good thing about it is skills can be learned, it can be sharpened, and it can be mastered. And the truth is, if you build up your sales skills and these core sales skills, you can absolutely close anyone, anytime, anywhere, on anything. Let's get it. So in this lesson, we're going to go ahead and share with you the 5 sales skills that every closer must master if they want to build up real confidence on every call. Most people think they need to say something slick to close deals. Wrong. What you actually need are skills that create connection, clarity, and control. These are the habits of every top closer, no matter what they sell or where they work. The first skill is listening to understand. Most rookies, they're only listening to respond. They have their question in their head, not really actively listening to what's being said to them, waiting for their turn to talk. Professionals listen to diagnose. We all know this from the last session, right? When a prospect talks, don't talk about your scripts. Think more about what are they telling me below the surface? What are they really trying to tell me? And that's when you bring up your next question. So you're actively listening with curiosity. Listen for tone, hesitation, and emotion. Write down all keywords that they continue to repeat, because these are going to be notes, their wants, their needs, their challenges. These are going to be notes that you can use later on, as I mentioned. With the pre-handling objections, you're going to be knowing what objections are going to come up because they've talked about it during the discovery. And you're also going to be able to use these when you're handling the objections in the future during the trial close. The more they feel heard, the easier they are to close, okay? Number 2 is going to be all about asking powerful questions. Power questions are not yes and no questions. Power questions are going to be open-ended questions. These are going to be questions that make the prospect think, reflect, and reveal the truth. And remember what I said, you got to stay silent. Your best friend during this call is going to be your mute button. Let that person talk. The less talking you do, the more talking the prospect does. Even with the uh-huhs and yeah, I understand. Oh yeah, for sure. Those are moments when it's a pattern interrupt and the prospect feels that their turn is up. So your best friend's going to be mute after you ask those power questions. Remember, that's all about the listening intensely, listening with purpose, asking power questions, and then mute. Those all go together. So let me go ahead and give you some examples of some open-ended power questions. Just out of curiosity, what made you want to look for help now? Just out of curiosity, if nothing happens, what could go wrong? Just out of curiosity, what happens if nothing changes? How long have you been struggling with this? Each one digs deeper rather than the how are you, how's your day, like the whole what do you need? Power questions turn surface level talk into deeper conversations and deeper truths and emotional truths. And we all know in sales, emotion is what drives decisions. Next up, framing. Framing means controlling how the conversation is perceived. You're not forcing the call, you're guiding it. For an example, instead of saying, I'll show you our program, instead we say, let me show you how we have helped other people that are going through the same thing you went through and had very similar challenges as you, and how we help them succeed. Another way is, let me show you how we've helped people that are just like you in your exact position actually hit their goals. That's a frame shift right there. It goes from me selling you something to let me show you how we're helping people get results. When you control the framework, you control the call. And when you can control the call, you control the sale. And the key to this is you're not even being pushy. Skill number 4 is reading the energy. Every prospect communicates twice. What they say with their words and what they say with their energy. Learn to read pauses, tone changes, and hesitation. If their voice drops after talk price, slow down. But if they sound excited, stay right there and build that momentum. The thing about reading energy is this is going to be telling you when to push and when to pause, okay? And that is how you sell with precision. And finally, skill set number 5, leading the conversation. The best closers don't just ask questions, they actually guide decisions. They don't let prospects ramble and take control. They set the expectations early and they lead with confidence. For an example, hey, Mr. Prospect, what I'll do is I'll walk you through some questions so I can fully understand your situation. Then I'll show you the best way we can help you. Sound good? Now that line, it does 3 things for you, okay? It positions you as a leader, it builds structure to the call, and it earns respect. Leaders close, followers chase. Now let me give you some tip. Here's how you sharpen your skills. Record your calls and review your tone. Have somebody that's on your team, typically somebody that's a higher earner, a coach, or one of the mentors on the team. Let them listen to your call and give you feedback. What you can also do is do some role playing, which we're actually going to be doing in the school community, role playing with tribe members as well as leadership. And the last one is going to be for you to rehearse your intros and your objection handling as if you're already the professional. Just like an athlete always drills and masters their fundamentals. Your fundamentals is going to be your scripts and your objection handling and knowing where you're at in that conversation at all times. Because like I mentioned, framework is always going to be the same. Skills are not built over the weekend. They're built during repetitions. The more you practice, the more you're going to get out of it, the more skillful you're going to be. Now, when I talk about repetition, I mean a lot of repetition is going to get you very far. My first weekend with the company I was at, I made almost 150,000 at that company. My number one factor to that was getting in the repetitions early. I got over 400 dials in the first weekend of working with them, and we didn't even have to work weekends. So by Monday, I was already killing it. Every great closer is going to guarantee to say you the same thing. Repetition builds skills and it builds results. So let's go ahead and recap those 5 core sales skills that you need to be a top closer. Listen to understand, ask power questions, frame the conversation, read the energy, and lead with confidence. These right here are going to be the foundation. Master these and everything else, objections, closing, even scaling, is all going to be 10 times easier for you. So remember, sales isn't about talking somebody into buying something from you or doing something that you want them to do. Sales is about guiding somebody to make the right decision. The better your skills, the better your stronger your leadership will be. So let's get to work.